Welcome to Animation Rundown and another fun movie recap. This time we will be recapping Pokémon, The Rise of Darkrai. So let us not waste our time and get started. The movie is set in the magical and secret-filled world of Pokémons, creatures that have their own unique set of powers. It is said that for a long time, one of the most powerful Pokémons have been given the role of caretaker to use their powers to keep in check whether all is fine in the world of the Pokémons. Some Pokémons have fun living with their human friends, while others like to live alone in their natural habitats and have their own communities and have their own ways of life. While everything seems to look completely fine, things are growing intense in space and time. Palkia, the Pokémon that governs space, and Dialga, the Pokémon that governs time, are two supreme beings that should never cross paths. Eventually, the two Pokémons are found fighting amongst each other in the space between dimensions. This clash of theirs has brought up a multitude of waves into the world, which brings their worlds nearer to destruction. Despite bringing doom to their respective worlds, the two keep on attacking each other with their ultimate power, neither of them backing down. Oblivious to all of this, Ash Ketchum has been traveling the world with his Pokémon partner, Pikachu, to complete his dream to become the greatest Pokémon master. On his side are Brock Harrison, who aims to become the greatest Pokémon reader, and Dawn Burlitz, whose goal is to become the greatest coordinator. The three are on their way to Alamos Town for one of the most sought-after Pokémon contests. However, an obstacle rises when they reach the shore, where they have to cross a massive cliff to be able to enter the town. To their relief, Alice and her Chimchar spot them and give them a ride on her hot air balloon. As they ride the hot air balloon, all of them marvel at the sights of the town. Once the space-time towers come into view, Alice gives them insight that Godey built the spectacular building, and it is the place where the Pokémon contest takes place. Their peaceful ride is interrupted by a shift in the air which scares them. To calm them down, Alice offers a fun tour of the town, where they also have an exciting Pokémon battle. Alice then leads them into a beautiful garden, which again is created by Godey. Once again, their peace was interrupted by Gallade, who informed them of something strange happening further in the garden. They were surprised to find a column twisted at the base. This is also where they found Baron Alberto. Hearing rustling noises from the bushes, Baron unleashes Lickilicky to attack the creature in the bushes. But it turned out to be the person who was making the noise in the bushes was Tonio, Alice's childhood friend. He said that he was there as a result of the disturbances that his computer has picked up and started investigating the column. Pikachu suddenly hears the powerful exchanges between Palkia and Dialga when the group spots Darkrai. Lickilicky attacks Darkrai on Baron's command, but it dodges it and sends a dark void toward the group that hits Ash. Ash is sucked into the dark void, and there he finds himself all alone in the garden. He also witnesses the fight between Palkia and Dialga. But before he could do anything, he finds Pikachu being sucked into a hole and runs to save him. It is only when Ash is hit by Pikachu's Thunderbolt does he awakens. He finds himself in a bed at the Pokémon Center, hugging Pikachu tightly and surrounded by everyone looking worried. Ash explains that he had a bad dream, which was a specialty of Darkrai. But the nurse wondered why Darkrai had appeared in front of them in the first place, because it usually likes to attack from the shadows. While everyone is busy, Tonio, absorbed by his thoughts, walks out and enters his room. He feels that this has already happened and opens Godey's diary. There he finds a connection between Alice's grandmother, Alicia, and Darkrai. In that, Godey had written that Alicia used to take special care of all types of Pokémons in his garden, even Darkrai. The scene shifts to Alice touring Ash and the others inside the space towers where the contest will be held. She also shares that Godey was actually the great-grandfather of Tonio, and that his laboratory is just beneath the place. Wanting to explore the laboratory, the four find themselves in a very messy laboratory with Tonio lying on the floor. Tonio wakes and reassures them that everything is fine and that he had just fallen asleep. They set out to explore the city again and meet the very trainers that they already fought. Right before they are getting to fight, something really weird happens again. The sky weirdly lights up. And when it seems that everything is normal, Darkrai appears again. And when Darkrai shows up, Alberto shows up with the Lickilicky as well. A fight ensues between them. Dark Void keeps avoiding everyone's attacks and keeps hitting everyone with Dark Voids, which causes them to instantly sleep and dream about nightmares. As if things couldn't get any weirder, the group spots a ghostly apparition of Bibarel and Alberto transforming into Lickilicky. At the same time, those who brought the injured Pokémons to the Pokémon Center also witness these mind-boggling moments. Tonio explains that this is happening because the Pokémons hit by the Dark Void are dreaming about something frightening chasing them. And for Alberto, he has turned into Lickilicky because Lickilicky has dreamed about turning into Alberto. Then the other trainers inform everyone that they can no more leave the town. Everyone sees that the town is surrounded by mist, and this fog isn't lifted even when Honchkrow is summoned to Defog. And when Ash runs into the fog, he finds himself back where he had started. Alberto announces that this is all Darkrai's fault and tells everyone to help defeat Darkrai. Before Ash and the others join them, Alice stops them. She tells them that all of this may not be Darkrai's fault. Antonio chimes in to tell them about the time when he and Alice were kids. Alice almost had fallen to her death if Darkrai had not saved her, confirming that Darkrai wasn't evil. Upon closer inspection through video footage, Antonio notices that Darkrai was able to see Palkia through an enclosed space. Darkrai fights off from everyone's grasp and decades to face Palkia all on his own. This is because he feared that Palkia would cause casualties in the town because of his fight with Dialga. Instead of causing harm to Palkia, he reveals Palkia to everyone and shows that the town is floating in another dimension. Darkrai knows that it can't defeat Palkia even in 100 years, but resumes fighting it all alone. When Palkia falls to the ground because of Darkrai's attack, Alice notices that Palkia is injured. Then, out of nowhere, Dialga appears and swiftly attacks Palkia. Putting 2 and 2 together, Tonio concludes that the two Pokémon deities had gotten into a fight and Palkia hid in another dimension when it got hurt. Another piece of information that Tonio shares is that he had read about this in Godey's diary. He had predicted the battle between the Pokémon gods. The constant attacks that the two are making on each other are vastly affecting the town. The town starts disappearing as a result of this. Trying to stop them, Darkrai attacks them, but the two Pokémons team up against him and injure him greatly, and then go back to fighting each other. Tonio also says that he remembers that Godey talked about leaving a ration, and Alice recognized it as the song that her grandmother used to play for her. While Brock and Nurse Joy are helping in the town's evacuation, while Tonio, Alice, Ash, Pikachu, and Dawn head to the space tower to find the Oration disc that plays Alicia's song. With the help of the hint given at the back of Godey and Alicia's picture, they are finally able to find the Oration disc. They quickly get inside the hot air balloon to reach the top of the tower. As the hot air balloon is hit by a blast, Ash and Dawn land on the balcony of the tower as a result. On the other hand, Tonio and Alice almost get hit by a blast, but Darkrai takes the hit instead of them. Even though Darkrai took the hit, the hot air balloon still gets damaged and Alice and Tonio barely manage to land on the bridge safely. Brock calls Darkrai out of the river that he had fallen into and starts remembering Alicia and the garden. As soon as Dialga and Palkia get ready for another powerful attack, Darkrai wakes up and pulls the two Pokémon gods inside his void. At the same time, Ash and Dawn meet some difficulties while climbing up. To their horror, the tower starts dissipating along with the walls and stairs, but with the help of their Pokémon friends, they make it safely. Things do not look good for Darkrai, as Dialga and Palkia team up once again to end him once and for all. Sadly, Darkrai couldn't withhold the attack and turned into ashes right before their eyes. Back at the tower, another problem hit Dawn and Ash's path. The tower did not have enough energy to play the disc, but with the help of Pachirisu and Pikachu, enough energy is built up, and the tower starts playing the song. When the song starts playing, the song transfers into what looks like angel wings. It fixes the Pokemon's injuries and rage, Dialga goes back to its place and Palkia fixes everything. And to everyone's delight, Darkrai was still alive and to this day watches over his hometown. If you liked the video, be kind and press the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel Animation Rundown.